Let me give you some inside baseball. Guys, Nithya Raman is conspiring with Karen Bass. Remember when Nithya shocked everyone and jumped into the mayor's race at the last minute, inexplicably just days after endorsing Karen? Why would she do that? Why isn't Karen upset? Why do they never attack each other? Because Karen saw that I was a serious threat and she made Nithya jump in the race to block me out from the number 2 slot. But now I've shot past Bass, so now you have Karen Bass operatives trying to trick you and steal back votes by telling you that they actually, if you want Spencer to win, you have to vote for Bass.
Before we get there, I want to tell you guys about Shenergy. If you're looking for sufficient energy throughout the day, I drink it every day. I got my little package in here. I still gotta finish mixing it, but I drink it every single day. My COO drinks it every single day. Some of my employees cheat on me, so they do other stuff because they want 200 milligrams of caffeine. They want to have a heart attack. But when you have a heart attack, we don't cover it on this job. Okay, that's on you. You did what you signed that waiver that if you want 200 milligrams, now I'm just playing. But anyway. ShenergyLife.com. Get it. Go check it out. Visit the website. Even if you don't buy nothing, just go visit and check it out. But let's get to a Spencer Pratt ad, and you tell me what you think about it. I think it's pretty awesome. Roll it.
This is where Mayor Bass lives. You notice something? Or here, where Nithya Raman's $3 million mansion sits. They don't have to live in the mess they've created where you live. This is where I live. They let my home burn down. I know what the consequences of failed leadership are. That's why I'm running for mayor. For my sons and the rest of us Angelinos that want to stop these corrupt politicians from destroying our city. We are going to get the golden age of Los Angeles back.
Now, I don't know who in their right mind don't think that's a great idea. Who don't think that that's a great idea for somebody like that to run LA? It's like they want to fail. But anyway, Dan Bongino had something to say about it too, which I tend to agree with Dan Bongino's take on this because I don't know Spencer Pratt at all, but I can't say he's running a good campaign. Roll the clip.
I don't know Spencer Pratt well. He's running for mayor of Los Angeles. I don't know him at all, actually. And I don't know what his internal politics are. I just know he's been through a lot with the fires in Los Angeles. He's running for mayor, and he's running an insurgent campaign. And this, I'm going to tell you something, is one of the top 5 most effective political ads I think I've ever seen. Why? Because it gives you a good guy and a bad guy in 30 seconds, and the imagery paints a contrast. I don't know the guy. I remember him from the reality show. I'm happy he's running. It takes a lot of balls to put your name on a ballot. Good for you. That is one of the single most effective political ads you'll ever see. Contrasts. The imagery of the $1 million mansion, the drone footage, giving the wide view of this guy and his house burned down. He's living in a trailer on his front lawn. I know what that's like. I lived on a trailer in the front lawn in Wantagh. You lived in a trailer in Long Island? Yeah.
So that's Dan Bongino's quick take. I want to make it quick and brief so we can get through this. Fox News is our next clip. So we're going to play Spencer Pratt's reason why he's running for the mayor spot in L.A. Roll it.
Let's bring in the man running for L.A. mayor, former reality star Spencer Pratt. I mean, whenever you hear Gavin Newsom bragging about the Palisades recovery, it's got to boil your blood a little bit, Spencer.
I mean, anybody that lives in California is well aware of how terrible he is at dealing with fire recovery. Look at Camp Fire, Paradise, 8 years later, 70% of that city is dirt lots. So it's not surprising to me that he's failed all the Palisades victims. What's interesting is yesterday he was crying on TV, but he wasn't crying for any victims. He was crying for himself. He never cried for the 12 people that burned alive due to his state park nuking everybody. He was crying because I believe he is witnessing his political ambitions just unraveling every day. And it started with the failure of the Palisades fire. And now with the hospice and the Medicaid, he is realizing he's never going to be president. But the most interesting part about all this is the epicenter of all this corruption and fraud is actually Los Angeles. And that is because you have a corrupt Mayor Basura and a terrible city council like Nithya Raman who are running a mafia-like operation. And that's why I'm running for mayor of Los Angeles, to get in there and stop this operation.
Are you running for mayor because of the Palisades fire, Spencer, or because you're just angry that LA is such a freaking mess?
Once you experience what I did, total loss, your neighbors burning alive, and you see the corruption at the city level, and you saw nobody stepping up to stop these people, I didn't have a choice. It was either 4 more years of the city just being destroyed, 60,000 plus homeless, drug addict, lunatics covering the street, or I have to step in and stop this.
Yeah.
And so I made the choice to step in and say no more.
You talk about the lunatics. There's where we are right here. This would be in your area, right? If you were the mayor. 30 yards that way, there's a school. And when you come in, you see these kids walking out of school. 30 yards that way, there's a homeless encampment. And today, as you're coming in, there's a woman without any clothes walking around the homeless encampment. And you think, if you're a parent, you got to shake your head like, what is going on?
I have parents messaging me every day that they have to have their kids in the back seat staring at iPads to not look out the window to see the drug use, the nudity. It's psycho. And as mayor, I'm stopping all of it. We're going to enforce all the laws that exist. This should not be allowed. They're choosing to let the streets of Los Angeles look like this. So we're done.
100%. The key thing that he said, I think y'all need to take away from it, they're choosing. They got money. They have resources, a ton of rich people live in LA. LA was a city that was flourishing at one point in time, and they just let these people out there.
You don't have anybody in LA that fights Sacramento, and these dreams in Sacramento become nightmares of Los Angeles. They have these utopian versions of how we should live in Los Angeles, but nobody fights them in Sacramento. And again, as mayor, I want to be in their I'm going to be on their territory. Let me tell you, I'm not just going to be fighting the city council. We need to fight whoever's the new governor. I may have to fight that person. The lieutenant governor, I'm going to have to fight that person. I'm going to have to fight these lawmakers because all these things they're doing are destroying Los Angeles. And no one from LA goes to Sacramento and fights these imaginary politicians.
No, Karen Bass is...
All right, let's get to the next one. This next clip of how he's going to hold them accountable. Roll the clip.
I see many neighbors are full of trash. They also request on 311 app, and sometimes 3 months and they never show up. And this is not a lie because they send me the request and I go and clean up. So people are tired. How do you think you can have a system that works properly and fast?
So I've already created, and I have the test model on my phone. I created an app that will replace 311 that actually has accountability. And eventually the app would merge into the city dashboards if people want to use the app or if they just want to go on the city website. But what the app will do is it will show wherever you are in the city and you open it up and you film whatever you want, it's going to geo-stamp it and it's going to create accountability to all the people that are responsible. It'll automatically email them and then it'll show their track record of their response time, their failures, so that we see as voters and constituents, our city council members, and they'll be ranked and rated like how a restaurant gets a whole Yelp and a call. Why are our city council members not held to the same expectations that my mom will hold the place getting her spinach artichoke dip, where this city council member has the worst response times. They ignore everything, where this one, like the one you mentioned, Rodriguez, with the trash, people look at her and, oh, she cleaned the trash. She did that. She worked with Juan. She should get credit for that, not just be bunched in, oh, the city's failing. There are maybe our people that are working, and we need to make that system have accountability.